that's fine. I'm going to stream it here. But as soon as this episode is done, you may not be able to go back. So you want to catch those episodes, you want to see what was missed, you got to go to Talk That Tech Show. Again, you got to go to Talk That Tech Show to get that information. So yeah. So without believing the point, we are also going to add that if you want to call into the show at any point, we'll definitely bring you up if there's a segment that resonates so strong with you that you like. Listen, I got to talk about it. I got to get off my chest. Like Mitch here, he says, "Yo." He says, "Yo, what up, Mitch? Good to see you." And man, if there's any time that you had to get it, and you have to call into the show, here's a link right now. I'm dropping it on the channels there. So go ahead and call into the show and let us know what's going down. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. And I wanted to ask you all what in regards, because I know a lot of people are football fans here. Who do you have winning it this year? Winning it all. Who do you have winning it all this year? I obviously see your hat, so I know where you stand.
Well, hey man, if you're talking about me, I'm not your average, so I always root for the home teams no matter what it is. I'm from DFW, I'm from Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas. So yeah, I always root for the home teams. But that being said, I'm not one of those you know, die hard everything because they've done me too dirty over the years. So I'm a players fan. I love players around the league. So that being said, yeah, I would love for the Cowboys to do something this year. Um, but I also would love for the good old uh, Pat Mahomes and them boys to go ahead
Ooh,
and get a three-peat, man. Go ahead and do something that's never been done and get that three-peat. So yeah, if I had to bet money, let's put it like this, if I had to bet money, I'm going with the Chiefs to do it all.
all right, head in your bets. Going back with the winners from last year, we got Mitch. Mitch said Steelers haters will be blocked, so he's not playing any games, man. He is not playing any games. Oh, we got a question here. Definitely. We got Tech Coach Ralph in the building. He said
Hey,
Eagles fly, fly, fly.
what up?
Mitch is upset. He's like Chiefs are trash, just like your hat.
I
He's
don't under,
like,
I don't understand. How are they trash and they won the last 2 years in a row?
oh, you know,
And last year they listen. Last year was the year for your Steelers to actually do something and beat them because they actually weren't playing well throughout this season, or as well as they normally do, and they still won. So tell me, answer that.
tell me
Like,
why.
but that's the thing though. That's why like real football fans and stuff like that, I don't really get into it with them because I don't play the same game. I have always listen, probably since 2000 and I don't know, 7. I literally since 2007, I have not watched football in that way where I was a super fan and I would get super sad and upset every time Tony Romo would go up big through the game and then all of a sudden in the fourth quarter they would lose the whole game and I would just get super like dang man, what happened? Then mess up my day, mess up my week. And I sat there one day and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have any stock in this company. Matter of fact, they're privately owned companies, so I can't have stock in them. Why am I treating this football game like this? And so I just took it out. And man, I've had so much fun since then. So this is how I roll. If I can't buy stock in the company, I don't care like that. I don't care like that. So yes, I like Pat Mahomes, but I like I don't know, I like a bunch of different people around the league. I could go down the list, but I ain't gonna do us like that.
I find it hilarious because he's like, "Oh, I have no argument. Tomlin's trash too." So everybody's trash according to Mitch. No matter which way you slice it, basura, basura, for that person. Oh wait, OTZO says you guys are hilarious. We got I got a question here from somebody named Cody. I'm gonna come to your question, Cody. I'm not gonna forget it,
Okay.
but Definitely gonna go to Tech Coach Ralph real quickly and then come back to you. He said, "Oh, LOL, it's too early for Trey to snipe Mitch this way." Said he's uninformed football fan. Oh
Nah,
man.
nah. That
Uh-oh.
ain't what I said.
Tech Coach starting beef on the streets.
Golly.
Oh man.
But causing strife. That boy is causing strife. Come on, Ralph.
Ralph just learned what the word meant. Oh man, well we love to kick it like this with you guys. I was gonna go into my question, but honestly, I think it's important to answer this question from Cody first, since we've
Okay.
kind of both been there before. He says, "Hey man, I'm 19. I have a BDR interview today. Any advice before it?" Well, if you have not, do research on the company. That's what I would say first and foremost. So you could come with very intelligent questions. Obviously, if you're being a BDR, you want to ask about quota attainment. Make sure that you know how many of the SDRs are actually hitting quota. It'll tell you a lot about what type of product it is. Ask or do research to find out where they actually stand in regard to product fit, Glassdoor, RepView. I'm going to just stop there because I know that Trey has a lot that he could add to that as well.
No, I don't, man. You crossed them all out. For me, I would just I would definitely want to know which round it is. He didn't really specify that, and it definitely is different depending on the interview round that you're on. But yeah, just do exactly what Joseph just said, and you should be fine. Ask questions.
Yeah.
Understand that this role is all about asking good questions and finding out great things. So if you can ask the right questions during this interview, they'll be able to see the BDR skills ahead of time and so yeah, he said first round. So yeah, you want to definitely ask the right questions and don't treat it like an interview. Treat it like a conversation. So many people, they go into interviews and it's just like an interrogation, right? Like, hey, the person asked them a question and then they answer it, short answer, and then next question. Treat it like a conversation. When you're in there, you want to find out about some things about the person who's interviewing you. If you can, do it before. I'm sure they sent you an email. Scroll through that LinkedIn real quick. You never know what you might find. Maybe they posted something about this weekend. Maybe they're I don't know, a Michigan fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can talk about certain things. Maybe they're a Texas fan or whatever. Or just something that y'all might have in common that you can bring up during that conversation, and it will be more insightful, and then it'll be able to get you on to the next round. So just I would say do that.
Yeah.
Plus everything that Joseph said.
Yeah, I totally agree. And there's more that can be said, but we probably have to talk about that offline for sure. But definitely reach out to us if you have additional questions, and we could try to share from our experiences what we would say to do. Now, I just want to go back to our regularly scheduled program with football for a second, because Tech Coach Rob was talking about it. Oh, don't worry, Cody. You're more welcome. He said, I'll just say that South Florida special. Who else will almost get arrested an hour later to get over 100 receiving yards?
Hey, man. Hey, I'm not going to cap. That was real special, man. That was real special because when you think about it, understand this dude was right down the road from the actual from the stadium. So like when you think about that kind of stuff, that can do a lot to your mental, man. So for him to come out and stay locked in, and then even his podium, what he said on the podium after the game, it was pretty insightful, man. And I don't know if y'all know, but one of those cops, they were already put on administrative leave. So it was some interesting stuff going on with that there. So that's what I'll say there. It's unfortunate, but it's one of those things, like, they had to know who that was, man. Come on now. You know exactly who that is. If he was speeding, give him the ticket and let him go. Like, come on. I mean, he was in the black Rari. He's not a regular degler.
Yeah.
Give him his ticket, let him get to the stadium. But no, you gotta show brute force and your authority. And for what? Now you're on administrative leave, and then who knows what else will happen after that. But man, the cheetah, man, that dude is special for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Mitch, I would have been like Denzel and Train Day and putting cases on
Man,
all
who
of
you
you.
telling? Who you telling?
You know, uh,
For
Robo
real.
has nothing on me. just
Uh-uh.
coming out, just coming through like that. Man. Well, you know what? I'm actually gonna side with you as well, Trey, and go with the Chiefs on this one. I mean, it would just be special to see them repeat. I like Mahomes. So I would like to see that happen again for them as well. But we're gonna get right into it because we got a lot to cover today. And first things first, they could have searched him. Um, like Google got searched regarding this monopoly, the Google legal search monopoly that they say they had. We got some updates on that for you as well as we have updates in regards to the conversation about Disney and DirecTV. There's a lot to be spoken about there in regards to the situation and also automated taxis. Let's talk about that as well. But first things first, let's get into it with this conversation update about the Google's uh, illegal search monopoly, according to the government, which we kind of both disagreed with. I'm gonna pass my brother Trey to talk about that story and more.
Yeah, man. So, it's one of those things. We talked briefly about it in the past, and so now we just have another update, right? Like these are things that when the dust is all settled, it'll go down in history, right? You never seen stuff like this before, so that's what we're talking about it. But yeah, back in August, a federal judge ruled that Google had they engaged in some illegal monopolistic practices in the online search market, right? And then actually following that ruling, the judge he has now set a timeline for the next step in the legal process. So just some key details. The Judge Meta, right? He's given U.S. regulators until December 2024 to propose penalties for Google's illegal search monopoly, and that literally came last month, where he labeled Google as a ruthless monopolist. And you know how they have to do. They got to add it on, right? They got to add it on. So here's the timeline that they're talking about. So you got the U.S. Justice Department. They outlined potential penalties by the end of 2024, and then the presentation of the arguments for these. That y'all already know it's going to be spread out. It's spread out like crazy, and they're going to continue to make a whole lot of money in between that, obviously. But the presentation of arguments for these sanctions, spring of 2025. The trial for the penalty phase expected to occur March or April of 2025. And then finally, the resolution on the penalties is aimed somewhere before Labor Day of next year. So we got a long time, and so here's the thing: the actual specifics of the penalties are still uncertain. So we still don't really know what they're trying to put on them, like for real, for real. But Google, they basically uh, uh, we just still don't really know, y'all. We're trying to figure it out. Obviously, the main thing, the financial piece of it, Google currently compensates its partners over $25 billion every year for guaranteed search traffic. Okay, guaranteed search traffic with a significant portion going to Apple for prominent placement on iPhones. And like we mentioned that last time, it gets all the placement on my phone, and anything else I use, right? Even my laptops. I don't care what y'all are trying to put me on. I'm automatically choosing Google. So it's one of those things where I didn't realize they were paying so much money for that placement, but either way, I still would have did it nonetheless. So I think at this point, personally, hey, just stop paying, and y'all still gonna have majority of the people. Now, if a Claude or a Chat GPT or Perplexity, if they come out with some kind of, maybe they might have to start doing some more advertising, but maybe in a different way. But to be honest, Google, everybody's still Googling it at this point. So, just stop paying and keep it rolling. That's what I would say.
Listen, I was looking at comments in the comment section for
Yeah,
articles
yeah.
that talked about this, And people said I literally just have Safari so I could download Google Chrome. like,
Yes. Like
like
for real, for real.
that's the purpose of Safari, is to download Google Chrome. And the whole point of that conversation was to say, like, if people just I was talking about the browser specifically, but people realize, like, hey, they have a better product. That's
Yeah.
simply what it is. And it's not a monopoly they have the better product. Like, we don't complain. I mean, I don't know last time for me personally, but other people, they really kind of take time to buy Jordans and stuff like that, and they feel like, hey, that's the better product. It's really a preference thing when it comes down
Yeah.
to it. So I would probably say, like, listen, if it's a preference, people like this, and that's what they're going for. In fact, I'm gonna go to the comment section because Tech Coach Ralph had a few things to add to the conversation. He said, looks like the DOG suing Google again after their ads platform now. Oh, they can't catch a break. I'm going to start using DuckDuckGo at this point.
Boy.
And he said, and of Microsoft Edge for Windows users. Yeah, it's getting pretty ridiculous. But I think, again, like, I just think that when people who are struggling to figure out what the internet is for are making these shots and are able to kind of just for the sake of, I mean, there's always something behind the scenes that we don't know of.
For sure.
But whatever it may be, I understand why they think it's a monopoly. But at the end of the day, I don't, it's not really a monopoly. It's really, they have the superior product. They had, like, we talked about it. We had a list last time when we talked about the subject, about all of these different web searches that have come and gone. Some that are trying to still be around, some that are still around only because their Big Daddy
exactly
basically owns the company. So
come on now.
So that's the reason why I personally feel like, listen, they're really trying to shoot in the dark here.
But it was funny. I'm thinking back. So I don't remember what happened. It was like a few years ago, but my phone, it was tripping. And so I don't know. I couldn't get on Google, like the actual app. I went to Safari and then typed in google.com and then searched from Google.
My.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
I don't know. I did that for a little second because I couldn't figure out what was going on with my phone, and then I fixed it. But yeah,
I've done it before too.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I've done that before too. And so for me personally, I'm like, listen, it's something that they need to work it out. But yeah, y'all, let us know what you think in the comments. Tech Coach Ralph said Trey threw his phone across the room.
Hey man, I was pretty hot. I was like, what is going on, man? I was trying everything. Now I just gave up. I had to remember about Safari, bro. Because I don't even keep that in my, like, it's nowhere on my screens at all. So I had to actually remember about Safari. I think I was about to go to Mozilla Firefox or something, man.
Oh my goodness.
I did used to use them for a while. I used them for a while. I will say that. Mozilla Firefox, I used to use them for a while on my laptop.
I forgot about them. I really did. That's sad. I should never. I was like, I forgot about them. But yeah. Oh, wait, you see, Brazil banned X. We got to talk about that too.
I heard about that. Yeah. I didn't get to read into why though, but yeah, I heard about that. I also heard about the WhatsApp CEO getting put in jail. I think he got out now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard about that too, man. They're doing some wild stuff with these mega billionaire companies, man.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they don't want to see people winning and shining on these streets.
No,
that's what it kind of feels like at this point. But yeah, if y'all have any, if you want to call in, feel free to call into the show today. We just want to let you know that you can definitely call in and let us know your thoughts on this subject as well. So feel free to call into the show to let us know your thoughts about this. Telegram and France. Yep, that's what we're talking about.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Is that what did I say?
He said WhatsApp. He said WhatsApp.
Oh, it's not WhatsApp. Not WhatsApp, y'all. I'm spreading false stuff. Not WhatsApp. It was Telegram. Telegram.
Yeah, Telegram.
Do y'all use Telegram?
No, I kind of stopped that altogether. I know some people that use it, but I was like, not for me.
Yeah, it was it's like an extra step for me, man.
OTPO said Hulk. He said Hulk's
I said the
bad.
same thing.
Hulk wants Google. That's how it feels, right?
Yeah, no, for real. And that, I mean, it's not just the Hulk, right? It's these, yeah, or yeah, it's exactly what Antoine is saying there.
Yes,
Elevate to
sir.
the unknown. They want to
Yes.
break up these mega companies apart. They
Yep.
want a piece of the pie, and they don't want them to get too big, right? Um, this always happens, right? Y'all remember way back in the day with Standard Oil, right? They couldn't
Yep.
stand him getting all that money, and all he did was saw it way ahead of them, right? Like, oh, y'all using this oil for lamps and stuff. Hey, it's some other stuff going on here, and he just
Yeah.
saw it before him. But no, they got to break it up. They got to put their hands in it. I understand, but ultimately, yeah, you got to play the game, and they play it well, right? Even the largest companies play it well.
Yeah.
A lot of these companies that come up, you see them for a little bit, then one of these larger ones, Apple, Facebook, all these, they buy them up. They buy them, Google, and then they put them on the shelf. If they don't, I don't know, they can't keep them going. They just put them on the shelf. But they bought them up, and the person who created it, they got a big payday, and then life goes on. But no, the government, they gotta stick their hand in there a little bit, So it's just one of those things.
Just one of those things, indeed. It's just true, absolutely true. And then Tech Coach Ralph actually added they sued Microsoft in the '90s. That Microsoft started donating and stuff. Never had a problem since. They
I,
just
I
wanted the
thought I
Google
thought about that,
money.
Tech Coach Ralph. Not about Microsoft. I didn't realize that they did it, but in my mind, I was like, watch Google, watch them come up with some sort of agreement. Like, hey, we're just gonna slide some money over here, some big money. We're gonna slide some money to these specific spaces that y'all want us to, and they know the public is going to forget about it. Like at this point, they know, hey, just give it some time. Public will forget about it, but we will donate to whatever y'all need us to donate to, and we will keep this thing rolling. It's just one of those things, man.
Man, really is. And with that being said, I'm going to shoot into the next segment real quick. We got a lot
That's
to talk
funny.
about it. Oh, you saw
That's
the
facts,
comment?
Mitch.
You said just like Facebook bought MySpace. Now Tom is out here, out of
Hey,
here.
hey,
Uh,
ain't nobody heard about Tom in a long while, and he don't care at all. He got the big payday. What last thing I heard about MySpace? I think Justin Timberlake owned it. Uh,
oh wow! Just don't make them. Just don't mess up my stocks. Like Coach Ralph
yeah,
said, just don't
that's
mess up my
true.
stocks.
That's facts.
That is important in this
That's facts.
conversation.
Might want to start selling some options against them Google stocks, man. I don't know.
Oh man. Well, listen, y'all. We love the conversation, so let it keep on flowing. Right now, we're gonna go to our next segment, which is bulletin board. So, listen, y'all. If you are interested in any tech events that are occurring in the upcoming future, some of them might not even be tech events, they be entrepreneurial events, or whatever the case may be that fits you. Definitely check out blacktechglobal.com. And like always, we kind of shoot these ones real quick. I only pick a few because there's so many on the website. But definitely check out for yourself what they first here. There's a link up the CBC voter registration edition that's happening with Thanksgiving. So if you're in the Washington D.C. area and you want to come on down and check out what's going on in this particular arena, with that you could definitely go ahead and do so. We got Growth NYC Tech Sellers Meetup, Job Hunting, and Job Hacking. This is happening Thursday, September 12th. The last one, and we talked about last week, happened as well. And so you want to check this out for yourself if you're in the New York City area. This is happening on the 12th, this Thursday. So you got some time there as well. Check that out. Then we got 2024 Black Joy AI Summit. This is happening September 13th and 14th in Washington, D.C. as well. So if you are in the area and you want to check out this event, go ahead and register here. There are speakers from various different backgrounds within the AI space that will be there as well to chat and share what is going on in that space. So if this is something of interest to you, definitely check this out for yourself. Now we have Black Women in Data. They have an event coming up as well. This event's going to actually be happening in the Atlanta area. So you want to check that out if you are in Atlanta, Georgia, at Le Meridian Atlanta Perimeter. This is going to be happening Saturday, September 14th. So if this is something that of interest to you, go ahead and check out this event for more. See the speakers and agenda as well. And we have also Sisters in Sales. They have an event coming up as well. This is going to be happening in Brooklyn, New York. And so if you are in the new NYC area, you can check this out. This is going to be happening in the next. They have a countdown right here, but September 9th to the 21st. If you want to check this out, this is an event. This is going to be a little bit more pricier than usual, but it's a conference, right? So you should expect to see and receive a lot for that amount that you see there. All the other events that I just spoke about, majority of them are $0 as well, just to let you know that in case you were wondering of the price. Yeah, pretty much everything before this was $0 in sales, except for Black Women in Data. That is a conference as well, starting at $849 for that one. And so if you're interested in Sisters in Sales, check out the event and see the listing there for more details. Now, last but not least, for our countdown, but there's so much more on the website, they have the Black Blockchain Summit. Now, this is happening as well. This is going to be happening in Washington, D.C. A lot of stuff happening in D.C. this week and in the next coming weeks. But this one is on September 27th to the 28th, and you can check it out here for more and learn more about what's going on for that particular time. You can see the different workshops they have, whether it's Bitcoin and a few others. If that is your space and the thing that you like to look into, blockchain, there's a lot going on there. And you could see all the different sponsors and partners that they have here. But that's it for this segment. And if you want to find out more, go to blacktechglobal.com for more, your premier source for all tech events. All right. And so again, we just hit it real quick so you'll know what's going on. But that is pretty much a lot of what's going on. Let me go to the comment section real quickly and see if what was been chatted about in the meantime. Mitch said, Trey, I heard something recently that Tom released some old Mac Miller text or something.
I saw it. It's tough. Yeah, he said he wanted them to be in a music video, that he was going to a bunch of different spots between the 5th through the 8th of that, of that month, that year, to shoot a music video. And yeah, he actually passed away in between that time that he was supposed to be shooting. But yeah, he was going to shoot a music video and have Tom in there. MySpace Tom, formerly known.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's wild.
Sad. Yeah, man, that's wild. So we wanted to go to this next segment because I think that I don't know how many people it affects, because I know that there's streamers out there. The streaming world has taken over a lot. But we do have it here where Disney, unfortunately, and DirecTV are actually at odds. And right now, they're entering significant sports weekend, which just happened. Football was here, right? And there were a lot of blackouts that happened, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Disney, unfortunately, was not able to release a lot of those contents on ABC, ESPN, etc. So imagine, I had a personal experience where I went to ESPN for some highlights. And they were trash. They literally it was actually the Ole Miss game. But like they skipped touchdowns. Like I was like, bro, I came here to see what happened, and you're gonna skip touchdowns. So I went to some other YouTuber to find it, but now I understand a little bit more as to that they don't have anything else, because DirecTV subscribers have lost access to networks such as ABC, ESPN, Disney Plus, Hulu, Freeform, etc. And the timing is specifically problematic as it coincides with the conclusion of the U.S. Open's tennis tournament and the start of the NFL season, which Monday Night Football, y'all know what that is all about. That's happening tonight. So, so a lot of people that are affected by this. And let me know in the chat how many people actually still have DirecTV, and if so, are they affected by this blackout? But the reason why we're talking about this is because, again, these are both technology companies. And the thing about it is that when you have these sort of like situations that affect other people. It just kind of shows us like the whole thing with the NBA and TNT. It kind of shows us like how these companies can sometimes get at odds, and it affects us little people. How many people are gonna be sad to not see Ernie, Shaq, Chuck, and Kenny the Jet together? This is the last year apparently, so we gotta soak it all in. But these decisions that are made at these high levels when it comes to money affects the little man in so many different ways. So the reason why we wanted to bring this up here is because, again, it shows a lot about what goes on in business, but it also shows up, in some places it can affect people as well, us, the viewers. And so I wanted to see how many people were affected by this. But Trey, if you had any thoughts, definitely feel free to add it.
Millions.
And mention this Comcast Basura too. Don't feel bad. That's what he
Listen,
said.
millions, man, millions of people. I don't know who's still on there, but yeah, millions of people are on DirecTV, and
Michael's with you right here.
it's affecting them, huh? Oh,
Michael's with you. He's like, go Cowboys. He like that.
hey, let's go, Mike. Let's go, Mike. But yeah, bro, it's one of those things where we don't know what's going on, and they don't care at all. Like this is not the first time it's happened, and it probably won't be the last. Now that we have this content like distribution model, where listen, I'm a distributor, I have the power, and if you don't want to pay, I'll just hold out. But it's I'm pretty sure we'll continue to see it. What's interesting is like they mentioned, that Monday Night Football, hey, it's coming up. Who knows? They may or may not have a deal done. Not only that though, but I think Tuesday they're having like one of those debate things on the local channel. So boom, there's that, and it's definitely going to be a lot of people heated about that, I'm sure. So they might have something together by then. But it got so bad. Even the North Carolina governor, man, he's like, look, both of y'all just come to an agreement, please. Like, get something done, so we can get this stuff. Probably because people are hitting him up, maybe, or maybe he's just affected. He's like, look, I want to watch TV. So yeah, it's messing up a lot of stuff, man. And hopefully they do come to some conclusion. But I can definitely see it's a prime example of how technology and just the media, and all this stuff is a complex business model. Like all of this is business, and it's intertwined like this now. And if one piece is like, I ain't with it, is messing up some stuff. So it's interesting to see for sure.
Yeah, and to me, it's another thing too. When you think about it, Disney has so many streaming platforms. DirecTV kind of has a traditional model as well. Would this affect people saying, you know what, scratch that? I'm not gonna spend any more money with this provider. I'm gonna go now put all my money into streaming. Showing a changing of the guard.
So.
Yeah, that's what
I would assume
too.
So.
Yeah, that changing of the guard thing is one of the things that we have to look at when it comes to these trends. I mean, we see it all the time with Blockbuster. We see it all the time with stories of the past. And so for me, it's like, okay, is this a changing of this is like another step in that changing of the guard? We saw, and then the NBA, if you think about what that deal was, a lot of what they decided to do was move from traditional television over to streaming, right? Amazon winning that part of the bid, and other streaming sites and platforms, I should say, winning that. So I'm looking at this as more of like a okay, new school, old school kind of battle, where sometimes it's like, is this just about money, or is it like, okay, we're making this decision because we're deciding to move into the new age of how people are consuming content? So, because if you remember the TNT deal, they came back with it. They matched the offer. They said, all right.
Yeah.
I know you're playing around. Here's the money. And the NBA's like, nah, we're good. They just moved on. Like
that's how it works,
have
man.
years of business together. Yeah.
I don't need that. I don't need it.
Yeah.
Look, we're about to go do multiple billions worldwide. I don't need it.
Yeah. Oh, Teco Drow said he liked the hat. He said it's fuego.
Yeah. Oh, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, I put it. I just saw it. Yeah, I had this one for years, man. It's like mega years. I did. No, you playing. I pulled it out yesterday. I was like, man, I think I got a Cowboys hat because I have one that I work out in, right? It's like the mesh type, and then
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, but I think I got a snapback, and I went searching, and yeah, I found it at the very bottom. I'm like, let me blow this one off really quick, and yeah, I decided to wear it this morning. But yeah, man,
Oh
the
man,
little
no, no.
new era action.
Oh man, that's the classic right there. That is a classic. Oh man, so let us know what your thoughts are. If you ever want to call into the show, we got you as well. Dropping that link one more time because I know that it is something that in case somebody wants to call in, you have that option to call in and vent and let us know your thoughts.
Yeah,
Mitch just said it's just messed up to me. They really don't care who watches or not because the streaming services have to pay them to stream on their network anyway, so they get paid either way. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
here's the other side of that. Listen, man. Another part is they know that ultimately
yeah,
they get paid by people who are paying for the streaming service as well, right? But for the people who don't have the highest tier, hey, those ads are gonna come through, so they getting the ad money. So yeah, you're right, man. They really don't care about the people who's
yeah,
watching.
yeah.
They're just gonna get this check wherever they can.
Yeah, I'm laughing at Terry. He said we are cowmen, not cowboys. We're cowmen, not cowboys.
Cow man, I
I
like it.
mean, yeah, yeah.
I'm a
And
cow
then
man.
but Mitch responded, he's like, facts, facts. Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally agree. Especially this time of year, man. Football season, you don't play people. You don't play.
That's hey, and that's listen, and here's the craziest part.
It's America.
From the business side, perfect sense. Hey, I know you want to get this deal done. All these people gonna be mad
Man,
at you about this football. I know
yeah,
you want to get this deal done.
yeah,
Come up off that bread. So
yeah,
yeah, from their side, makes perfect sense on why they would structure this deal around this time for
yeah,
it to be for it to come up like and be resolved around this time so that they can come up with a new contract. Makes perfect sense, man.
yeah.
From that
I
side.
from that side. But
Yeah.
like what Mitch said, like they don't, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us. That's how it feels. That's how it feels.
That's
Oh man.
hilarious. In my
Uh,
Michael Jackson voice, man.
yeah, and then he said, Tickle Drop says, "Oh, my check over your feelings. If you really care about football, go watch them play at the park. If you're not paying me my money." Oh
Man,
man, yeah,
man.
cold blooded. Oh man. So yeah, I just a lot to be said about that subject for sure, but definitely listen, y'all. If you have not already, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to youtube.com at Talk That Tech Show, youtube.com. Because listen, I'm gonna start cutting off these off my channel. They're gonna be stationed on that channel only. So you definitely want to take advantage of going and connecting there now. OTTO says, "Man, y'all ain't never got two things that match: Kool-Aid, no sugar, TV, no football."
Man.
Oh
Facts.
man, that is
Facts.
facts. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, I want to also go into this next topic because I think that this will be a good conversation regarding just way the changing in the guard. We're in that
Yep.
technology is moving. There's a lot of changing in the guard that's happening, and this one is happening with the Waymo's robot taxis. They're almost mainstream, and for that,
Almost.
almost. So I want to pass that to Trey to let him talk about that even more.
Yeah, we got the robots delivering things now. We got I just saw it last or a couple of days ago. I was rolling by one of my local Walmarts and they were setting up the little area and they were testing out the drones that are going to be delivering um, groceries to people's homes, right? And so, yeah, we're moving along here. And the same thing with the Waymo's robot taxis. It's funny. I saw on one of my friends' stories like a few weeks ago. They were in one. They were in the driverless taxi, and they were saying like how weird it was. And so it was just funny to see. I've never been in one. I don't know when, but I just know it's happening. And so right now, Waymo is the autonomous vehicle company that's owned by Alphabet. you know, aka Google, y'all know. But they've been making like they've been really pushing forward, and they're trying to expand this robo taxi service. But there's still some challenges that they're having to overcome and get through. But ultimately, it's moving forward, right? That's basically what it is. And so they basically been steadily growing this operation, and now they hit some more milestones, y'all. Right now, the company is operating in multiple cities. You got San Francisco. I think that's where they started, I believe. But now, Phoenix, LA, and now Austin. So I'm sure, uh, who knows, Antoine might be seeing a robot. I don't know. He's somewhere closer to Austin. But Waymo, they recently announced that the taxis are completing. Here's the craziest part, y'all. Over 100,000 weekly paid rides across those 4 markets. What is that? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So people using them, y'all. Like, just because you might be scared to get in there, it's some people actually they using this thing. 100,000 weekly paid rides, and then in San Francisco alone, they logged in 4,300 daily trips as of May. So that's went up because that was before the summertime. And the company they've expanded services beyond San Francisco city limits to Daly City and Broadmoor, Coleman. So they're just slowly expanding, y'all. It's getting crazy. So we'll see. Now, here's the thing: they're actively working to access public skepticism about autonomous vehicles. So the company they launched a new safety hub with previous undisclosed data about its robo taxis, and it's saying Waymo's data it showed that the vehicles are 73% less likely to be involved in injury-causing crashes compared to human drivers. And now the company is encouraging external researchers to examine and validate the safety data because it's one thing to it's one thing to do your own research data and put it out there, but it's a whole other thing when outside researchers conduct that research and then they can put that stamp on you like, yo, it's legit, y'all. We can come outside, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if anybody actually takes the bait on that and does any research. I'm sure they will, but it just might be a while. So here's the thing: while Waymo, they definitely made progress. The hurdles that they got to go get over. They're trying to expand to East Bay, San Jose, as well as the Bay Area freeways. So we'll see there. They're looking to integrate technology into other apps like trucking, delivery, personal vehicles. Y'all, their mindset is way further than Uber and Lyft. Like they want it all. They want that whole market. So here's the thing, though. Experts are saying it's a long way before robo taxis are good enough to hit the mainstream markets. But listen, even at its underground stage, 100,000 rides a week ain't too shabby, y'all. So they're working to improve public perception and increasing adoption as time goes on. And I'm almost positive it will. And yeah, we'll see. And just remember, y'all, it said they're trying to advance into trucking, deliveries, and personal vehicles. That means you can actually, hey, you know what? I want a Mercedes Maybach, but I don't have the money to pay for a driver. Hey, go ahead and install that software, man, so I can sit in the back seat. Or you might like the what is it? The Genesis G90 or something, or G80, whichever one it is, and you want to sit in the back seat. Hey, install that software, and there you go. Now it's your personal vehicle and you can sit in the back seat. So yeah, y'all, that's just some of the things that's coming. We'll see if it is able to get that mainstream pull, or actually, I say if it'll just probably be a matter of when, right? When.
Listen, I was laughing to myself because and before I even get into it, what my thoughts are, I got a question for y'all. Would you ride a Waymo taxi? I was laughing because I was thinking, like, man, What if the police and Waymo had a partnership? and basically they say, listen, we got people that have warrants. If any of them come up on your radar, you take them straight to the precinct. And then they
Yo,
hop into one of the taxis, and then the doors lock and say, oh, we got him. And it takes them straight to the precinct.
yo,
It's like,
that's some wild stuff right there, boy.
I was like, I was trying to hold it in, but I was like, I gotta let that out. I mean, honestly, would I do a Waymo taxi for the experience? Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I don't got any warrants on me that I know of,
Mm-mm.
so I'll do it. But I think that it's just the way that the world's gonna go. Obviously, there's gonna
Yeah.
be some hiccups. I mean, if you guys saw Black Mirror, you know,
Yeah. That's what I thought about.
there're gonna be some hiccups. But I just thought that it may be a very interesting opportunity and idea. So personally, I would go for it. But I would love to hear your thoughts for sure in the comment section. Uh, I need a driver. Tech Coach Ralph says, he says, imagine not having to have an awkward convo with your Uber or Lyft driver. That's true.
For real, for real. For
That's
real, for real.
true. Like, you know,
Y'all know what it reminded me of though. He said Black Mirror, which I got reminded of Black Mirror when you were talking, when you're saying like it'll drive you straight to the police. But man, I watched this show. I think it was on Amazon Prime, I think, but it was called Upload or The Upload, something like that. And basically, it was this guy who he was he was a tech company owner. He was building some sort of technology that was going to basically undercut the monopoly technology, right? The people who had a monopoly on that specific tech, and they basically had him killed because they already had the self-driving cars. So basically, his car slammed into the back of a dump truck. So it was like the dump truck, and then his car went under it and killed him. But
oh yeah,
it's called the upload. So basically, they were uploading consciousness
yeah,
to another space. But yeah,
on Amazon.
yeah, Amazon Prime. Man, I actually ended up liking that show, but yeah, it reminded me of that, man. It reminded me of that.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was thinking about too. Like if somebody was to hit on you, that's a black market right there. Whereas like, listen, we'll get them this way. It was a malfunction. They actually have a lawsuit, like how they have with vaccines, where you can't sue them.
Yeah,
So,
buddy.
so,
Yeah,
so
buddy.
yeah, you got a lot going on.
You can't sue them vaccine companies.
Yeah, Coach Rob is hilarious. Why too many questions being asked, you the feds. No, man, I just try to stay alive. I stay alive. So they recognize if they think it's me or you, I'm probably not gonna do it. Uh,
Hello.
you know, but yeah, that's hilarious. What do you guys think? Are y'all gonna go driving? Mitch is getting that Coach Ralph in the comment section, talking about his height. So I'm not gonna go there, but yeah, y'all, if this is way most for you, let us know. This is a super sidebar, but Peacock has a show out, I think called Friday Nights, with like a bunch of different people. Kevin Hart's in
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I was watching that.
Samuel L. Jackson
Samuel L. Jackson. I was like, I like,
in
I like
everything.
this. I like this. I'm not gonna say too much.
Yeah, it
I
was pretty good.
felt bad for. I don't know why I felt bad for Kevin Hart the whole time. I just felt so bad
Hey,
for him.
it's one of those things, man. That's why you gotta, it's one of those things. He was. You sometimes you gotta let the good things come to you, right? He stuck his head in
Yeah,
something that he didn't know about, and caused a lot of problems.
yeah,
Let
yeah.
those good things come to
Yeah,
you, man.
I like it, Mitch. I like
I
it.
do too. I do too. I will say
Yeah,
I like it as well. It's every Thursday now, but it came out with 3 episodes, so
yeah.
just check it out.
I was trying to quote a line where he said, say what now? He's like, you be dead too. Who be dead? Anyway, that's it for me. I'm not gonna spoil any more of the show for anybody else, but right now we're gonna wrap up the show with a segment called Brown Box Special. And if you don't know, it's basically a story about someone that got either laid off, fired, or quit their job, um, in order to bring not only humor sometimes, but awareness and just to kind of like humanize the situation. Because sometimes people can feel, especially I've been through a layoff before, where it affects
Same.
you. You're like, man, am I the only one that has experienced this? I'm going through a lot of emotions right now. You're not alone, and we are here with you in this. And so this one happened, I believe, a year or two ago. This is a longer story, so I wanted to make sure I gave it some ample time. But basically, I've been working as a contractor for the Army Corps of Engineers for a number of years, traveling 100% of the time to all of my projects. I've been looking for something that would have me be closer to home and sent out my resume to a couple of agencies and companies. I finally got a hit on one of them and scored an interview position for an IT specialist for the TSA. The interview went well, and I was informed that I would be more of a project manager than an actual IT technician, and that I'd be the sole person with IT skills in my state for all the regional as well as international airports. I was okay with that change as it was a higher pay and better chance to learn new skills. I started the position in January of 2017 and started making myself at home getting my name out to the personnel at the location I was working at. The deputy director of security seemed to think that since my office reported to him that I was dedicated IT box monkey for his site. Didn't matter how many times I asked him to have him as well as those who worked in this office to call in tickets to the help desk. Y'all that are in IT know. They would constantly call my personal and work cell phones to
Mm,
have me come and fix whatever mundane issue at the time. The main reason why the deputy director had them call me, he told them to. The reason he felt that was a good direction to go, he didn't feel like they had the time to deal with the help desk. By the month 4, I was extremely stressed out from working there, and I got stressed going to work, and I stayed stressed when I got home. Sometime during the month of April, I had discussed with my wife that I'm thinking of leaving this position. The stress and disrespect wasn't worth it. I sent an email to
hmm
my previous employer and filled him in on what is going on. He immediately offered my old position back to me, and we agreed upon me starting back up with him that coming June. Jump to the 2nd of May. I walk into the office. Mr. Deputy Director entered my office about 30 minutes after I did. Already dreading seeing him there, I was just waiting for whatever uh, crazy statement he was going to unload on me that day. Instead, he asked a direct question. He pointedly asked me, "You don't like working here very much, do you?" Just slight taken surprised by the question, I responded that working for him has been downright stressful. He pursed his lips, and I think he said, "Interesting," or something like that before he ordered me to pack my stuff up and turn in my access cards.
mm.
I had already been in the process of removing my personal effects to get ready for the previous job, so I didn't have much time much to take with me. I locked my computer, gave him my access cards, and put my company issued iPhone on the desk. Locked. He escorted me out the building, and I think he wished me good luck, but I didn't care. I was free, or so I thought. I ended up getting emails and phone calls from me asking for the pin to my computer company issued iPhone. The first time they asked me, I asked what was in it for me. What was in it for me? When they responded with nothing really, then I then said, "Then you see how much I want to assist you in the pointless venture right now." Went on for 2 weeks before I told them I'll file harassment charges if they continue to call me on this. I took the rest of the month of May off to relax, wind down, and reconnect with my wife and my kids before I went back traveling full time again. Sure, I was traveling, but at least me and my family were happy again. This was one job I didn't regret getting fired from.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man.
Yeah.
When you do good work and when you're a good person, you know, it's one of those things where, hey, you're able to come back home, right? Like, yo, you know what? He had the realization, like, hey, I don't need this. I can go back somewhere else. Let me hit up my old people. Let me see what's going on. And because of, probably the way he left and the good work that he did before, they was like, yeah, come on back. We got something for you. Right. But when you do people dirty, when you leave them out the dry, when um, don't leave right, you don't treat the people right, you can't ever go back. You know, one of my sayings that I heard a long time ago, and I loved it: never burn the bridge because you never know when you'll
Mm,
have to cross back over.
mm. That's a really good point. And I can only imagine, and I only could assume that when he left, he was like, "Listen, I love the job. It's great, but I don't see my kids, I don't see my wife that often, so I have to make this change for that, and they respected that. So it was great that they literally like said, "Listen, don't worry about it. We'll hire you right away. Get out of that situation," because the timing was perfect. Like he literally the next day, I think it was, he said here that he came back into the office, he got fired.
Yeah.
And he didn't have that backup, it would have been a different situation. So I
Hmm.
think that was definitely one that he was able to hedge his bets, as they say, pretty well.
Oh, that's for real. And real quick before we get out here, it is funny though that he said he was already taking some of his stuff out of his office. I always used to look at people. I don't know. That was something I always looked at. Like I saw
Mm,
everybody's desk. I would always look at people's desks. I was at one point in time I worked with like it was a lot of
yeah,
people, like 1,200. And yeah, I would look at people's desks, and anytime I would see less stuff on their desk, I knew that they were getting ready to leave. Like,
yeah.
it would be weeks. Some like I've seen some people, they would literally start taking little things home, and then before you knew it, like their desk was like super empty. I always paid attention to that. Obviously, I'm not a snitch, so I never said anything. But when they were gone, I was like, I knew it. I knew it.
I saw the
Like,
sign.
oh yeah, they got a
I
new job.
saw
Yeah, buddy, I saw them signs.
the sign.
Just take
Yeah.
a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time.
Mitch said I did that before. He's like, he's like, oh, I just want to bring back my printer. I don't need it here anymore,
Yeah, buddy.
or whatever. I think I'm good. Oh man, yeah, I definitely was a good point. Great show, y'all. Thank you so much for rocking with us today. Definitely appreciate you all as usual. And you know what? I just want to say, man, again, appreciation for all of you guys. If there's anything
Yeah.
that you want us to talk about, let us know. Reach out to us, whether it's on LinkedIn, and just let us know if there's a subject that you want us to cover. For sure, we would definitely love to hear it, because we appreciate y'all. And
Yep.
that's it for us. Another edition of Talk That Tech, the
Number one tech morning show in the world. We're gonna see y'all next week.
oh right, yeah, I totally agree with that. OTTO, before we even go, he says, I purposely don't put anything in my space so people never know what I will dip. That's smart. That's smart. That's smart.
Yeah. My desk
Yeah,
always stays pretty simple. I'll say the
yeah,
same. Yeah.
smart. Well, like always, when we say y'all get in the 16. Oh man, you guys give us more context for that, but yeah.
Yep.
Uh, in other words, though, but peace, y'all, and elbow grease. Take care, y'all.
All right.